A new temporary policy in place here at Soddy High School is causing frustration among some parents and students. The issue is how to keep a viral online trend from leaving its mark without making it too difficult for students to go to the bathroom when they need to. TikTok entertains billions of users. But one recent trend has caused a lot of controversy, even here in Hamilton County. It's called the devious licks, where bathrooms are being vandalized. You can see in these photos taken by an Ottawa High School student, appliances removed and broken. Similar things have also happened at Soddy Daisy High School. In a video given to us by one parent, you can hear the principal made this announcement on Wednesday.
Students, you will not be allowed to leave class unless it's an absolute emergency. In that case, teachers, please contact the administrator before letting the kid leave class.
But sophomore Jocelyn Rankin said they've gone as far as locking the bathroom doors.
Students were complaining that they couldn't get into the restroom. Girls were having personal issues and we couldn't take care of it.
She said they also have to be escorted by a teacher if they go during class.
The staff are now going into the restrooms with the children, which I disagree with wholeheartedly.
A school spokesperson says the system at Soddy High, where students have to use the bathroom between classes or have a staff escort, is temporary. But it still doesn't sit well with this parent.
I believe the school board should get together with the teachers and ask how should we address this issue without jumping into, I'm going to lock the doors.
According to a school spokesperson, they advise secondary principals of the challenge so they can take the steps proactively to monitor near restrooms to prevent any vandalism.
Brianna, thank you. Williamson County schools near Nashville also warning of the devious licks trend. The sheriff's office there pressed criminal charges against some students accused of vandalizing school restrooms. A spokesperson says they will prosecute those cases, quote, to the fullest extent of the law. The district is asking parents to talk to their kids about those consequences.
TikTok is banning the devious licks videos from the app. A spokesperson says it will remove all hashtags, post, and redirect searches for the trend. TikTok says these videos violate the app's guidelines. A spokesperson says they expect their community to act responsibly.
Josh, Latricia, it's one of the most highly anticipated Chattanooga trials in years. Although it's now gotten past its multiple pandemic delays, we sought to find out how COVID could still impact a trial like this. Questions for jurors that a few years ago wouldn't have been necessary.
We're in the middle of a pandemic, and everybody's tired of talking about it. But it's, we're going to be in close confines for a while.
These conversations happening in courtrooms across the country after jury trials have resumed.
The Supreme Court in March of this year actually did away with the suspension and allowed more in-person trials and hearings.
Judge Don Poole is presiding over the Janet Hines trial. He says the state Supreme Court has certain COVID protocols, but judges also play a role.
They did give the trial judges a great deal of discretion concerning face masks and things of this nature.
For the Hines case, he says everyone in the courtroom will be required to wear a mask, except lawyers while asking questions.
Lawyers can remove their face mask if they stay a goodly distance away from the jurors or anyone else.
And witnesses while testifying for this reason.
There's always an issue about the fact that jurors should see the face of the witnesses.
Judge Poole says witnesses will be behind plexiglass. As for the 16 jurors,
we're going to have masks for them, extra masks, other sanitizing equipment.
He says he's expecting a crowd.
I think there will be a lot of people here. We're going to try to maintain some distancing.
But he says he's not yet placed a limit on the number of people he'll allow in the courtroom. Guys, as the Nashville jurors will be arriving to Chattanooga on Sunday night. They'll be staying in a hotel and won't be able to watch the news or access electronic devices except for select designated times to call and speak with family members.
Terrible crisis. That's what one emergency physician at Ray Medical Center in Ray County had to say about the state of the hospital. Dr. Mark Pollard told us that last month the pandemic made it, quote, almost impossible to transfer patients, even if they require urgent and immediate care. This includes patients suffering from heart attacks and strokes, as well as other serious medical problems.
For the last month, we've had between 5 and 13 patients that need to be admitted that are in our emergency room, taking up our emergency room beds, and we only have 14 beds.
The head of cardiac care in Park Ridge in North Georgia also is feeling the strain on hospitals as COVID cases continue to rise and resources are stretched thin.
It's just been so overwhelming. There's oftentimes not even enough room to bring them down to the ICU. So patients who are even at these bigger hospitals who need ICU care sometimes aren't actually physically making it into the ICU because there's just no room in the end.